Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Keto Mom page. It has been a productively busy morning with running some kids around. I like to say productively busy because I feel productive. It's been a great morning. Hey, as you're tuning in, tell me where you're tuning in from. We are going to wrap. Oh, you guys, this is backwards. That's unacceptable. Let's flip this baby around. This is a better angle anyways. All right, tell me where you're tuning in from. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So we are going through this book to help you with your mindset in the mornings. I truly believe it's important to work on your mindset. Why? Because I always pick up my hair when I'm on here. If you have the right mindset and going into your day, you will find yourself making better decisions. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Frida. Good morning, Kathy and Deborah. All right. We're going to dive right in, mainly because I have stuff that I committed to doing and places to be. We just dropped off our oldest girls. They are babysitting all day long. I think it's like their first official full day of from 9 to 4 or 5. And I was like, listen, this would be real good for you to have an awareness of what it means to have a full job. They are babysitting. It's going to be great. So it'll be fun. The other girl, we just got 10 cartons of eggs from our neighbor up the street because she has some free-range chickens and she sells us eggs for $3 a carton, and they're good. So as you're tuning in, oh, you know what? I think I have guests, and if I have guests, I'm going to move because they're distracting me. Yeah, it's fine. You have to make your own eggs. All right, and make me some with cottage cheese. Hey, by the way, hold on, let me hide in my room for a second. Have you guys ever tried, here, walk around my bedroom. It's very messy. Have you guys ever tried scrambled eggs? Actually, I can't eat yet. It's not time for me to eat. For some reason, it feels a lot later. Well, when you decide to eat after intermittent fasting, I shouldn't say I can't. I can do whatever I want, but I choose not to. It's very dark in my room right now. So intermittent fasting in general, which people are wrapping up the intermittent fasting. So that's super great. If you are an intermittent faster, I feel like I'm just wandering around, so please forgive me. If you intermittent fast, you're like, Steph, get it together. The intermittent fasting group is wrapping everything up today, meaning it doesn't mean that you're not going to, I'll tell you about the cottage cheese and the eggs in a second. So if you intermittent fast, this is great. So we have people that are doing, it's called the Summer Slim Down Challenge. And so what that is they're drinking ketones. We're working on some low carb meals for this last Monday through Friday. We specifically, in a different group, coached people on intermittent fasting. And so they used a kit. You don't have to use the kit, but it just helped them realize they can actually intermittent fast. We'll dive more. I did a live yesterday. Really, again, tried not to be so distracting, but my dogs were wild yesterday. But anyways, for those of you who are wrapping up your intermittent fasting, awesome. We still continue to drink ketones. We're doing low carb. We're going from a diet to make it a lifestyle. So anyways, if you have done it and you are doing it, if you want to share below how you're feeling, awesome. All right. Focus. We're wrapping up this. I think we're actually wrapping up chapter. Hold on. Let me look. 2. And yesterday, cottage cheese and eggs. You guys, listen, I'm not really on TikTok. Like, I have an account. I don't love TikTok. But I have been seeing a lot of this. Have you guys been seeing this whole craze of man, my nose tickles. Have you been seeing this crazy, everybody using cottage cheese for everything? So in their protein shakes and making cottage cheese pudding and putting it in their eggs. And I was like, I actually think it would be good in eggs for sure. So yesterday I was making scrambled eggs for everybody and I put 2 spoonfuls of cottage cheese. I don't know the amounts, but cottage cheese has protein in it. Anyways, it's a thing and I tried it and it makes your eggs very soft. I don't like to use the word moist, but that's how they are. It's a thing. You can look it up. They taste great. That's what we had for lunch yesterday. All right. Mindset. Let's get some. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Yesterday, Yeah. Oh, you know what? You must be in Florida. You are in Florida. Caroline says there's no power there. We have some very good friends in Pensacola, Florida, and they have no power either since last night. So I'm so sorry. And I know you're getting storms, and I'm so sorry. And we were praying that your electricity is restored. In Jesus' name, please bring back their electricity and keep them safe. All right. So I'm not trying to be like rude. I am going to talk about this book. But yesterday, if you watched the live or if you didn't watch the live, this book gave you a challenge or a task. And all it was to help give you an awareness of the things that you're doing. So we said, pick one thing in your life that you want to focus on. It might be your health. It might be your finances. It might be a marriage or your relationship with your teen. Get out a notebook and you're supposed to start writing everything that you either eat or do. I say eat because most of you are focused on your fitness. So I'll give you an example. If all you're doing is focusing on your fitness right now because you're like, I need to get healthier, because if you don't have your health, guess what? It affects all the other areas of your life. If you don't feel good, you're crabby and yell at your kids. If you don't feel good, you might stay home from work. If you don't feel good, like it just affects everything, right? So for example, you are eating better. So he said, get a notebook and every single thing that you eat needs to go in that notebook. Or if you don't go to the gym, or if you do, so that you have an awareness of the things that you're putting into your mouth, right? So here's what he says. He says, the point was to track it, and you're supposed to track it for like 3 weeks. So it can help you realize the subconscious habits of how much you eat or don't eat, or the excuses you make not to go to the gym and different things like that. So he goes, I was tracking everything because he wanted to get healthier. So he goes, I was tracking how much I exercise, how much time I spent improving my skill. Okay, he was telling me all the things he was telling me through his book. Goodness gracious. That's not what I wanted to read, because he's talking about lots of different areas of his life. He basically says this: every single thing I did that I ate, every single thing that every time I went to the gym, I put down in my notebook, because tracking is the way to get back on track. I have people that message me often and they go, I'm off track. How do I get back on track? Here is the best tip for you. Get a notebook. Tracking is the best way to get on track. And I'm not saying tracking all of your macros. I'm saying tracking the food that you go and grab and how often you're eating. This is where intermittent fasting comes in, and it's so powerful when you give yourself a time frame to eat. And so this book isn't designed to entertain you. It is designed to help you get results. And the results will come when you take action. And the action right now, to wrap up chapter 2, is to track everything that you're eating. Again, not like track your macros. I want you to go, oh, I got up this morning and I grabbed a donut that was at work. I didn't realize it, and I grabbed a handful of M&Ms off of my friend's desk. Oh, I ate a candy bar. It was just a small one out of the candy drawer. And then I ate my kids' leftovers and my other kids' leftovers. And then there was pretzels on the table. Like, you're gonna realize and go, oh my goodness, I actually am snacking a lot. I sat down at 9 o'clock at night. I wasn't hungry, but I ate half the bag of chips. The point of this is to give you an awareness so that you can get results. All right. He goes, you can't manage or improve something until you measure it, and you can't make the most of who you are, your talents and your resources and your capabilities until you are aware and are accountable for your actions. That's good. So he goes, here's what I know. He goes, I want you to know exactly how well you're doing. I'm asking you to track yourself as if you're a valuable commodity, because you are. He goes, want that idiot-proof system we are talking about? This is it. Regardless of whether you think that you're aware of your habits or not, most people are not. He goes, I'm asking you to start tracking everything I'm going to say that you're eating and they're drinking, if you want to lose some weight, which is why you're here. And remember, there's a lot more things that I'm passionate about to help give you an awareness of life. But if all we're doing is talking about losing weight, then that's going to start with you having an awareness of what you're eating and how much you're eating and what you're drinking and how much you're drinking, so that we can start changing one habit. He goes, one habit for 1 week. All right. He goes, so let's say, here's what I wanted to read to you. This is great. He goes, let's say you choose the category of fat loss. Oh, that's probably everybody on here, right? He goes, we need to get your eating under control because you want to lose weight. Your task is to write down everything that you put in your mouth, from the steak and potatoes to the salad at dinner to the choices during your entire day, to the handful of pretzels in the break room, to the second slice of cheese on your sandwich, to the fun-sized candy bar, to the samples at Costco, to the extra sips of wine. He goes, don't forget the beverages. They all add up, but unless you track them, they're easy to dismiss and forget because they seem so small. So he goes, here's what you need to do. He suggests that you do it for at least 3 weeks, right? Yes, intermittent fasting helps with that a ton, Kathy, 100%. So he goes, seriously, the point of that is to 100% give you an awareness. He goes, chances are no one's going to notice these right away. Like when you start writing everything down, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I did so good. Once you have an awareness, even for a couple of days, and you have to physically write down everything you're eating in a notebook, you're going to be like, I didn't grab those pretzels because I had to write them down. Oh my goodness, I did not eat my kids' leftovers, even though I don't like to waste food. And you're going to be like, good job, me. Good job. But listen, it doesn't mean that other people are going to notice fat loss, right? It's not like other people are going to celebrate you. It's not like, you have to remember, you have to celebrate yourself. That's one of the 7 steps that I gave you yesterday, is you're going to have to celebrate day in and day out the small steps. Because why? He goes, it's the littlest disciplines that pay off over time. The effect and the preparation for the great triumph that happens when no one is looking, and yet the results are exponential. So you can start celebrating when you catch yourself about to grab that little extra candy bar, right? Or that handful of pretzels, or those 2 extra drinks. Like you can go, I'm not writing that in my notebook. What if you even asked somebody to look at your notebook? What if you sent me your notebook? What if you said to your very best friend, hey, I'm on a fat loss journey. I need some help. I am going to start sending you my notebook at the end of the day. And if you were my friend and you sent it to me and I saw like snack, ice cream, lunch, dinner, all of the things, and if I was a very good friend to you, I would go, hey, what are your goals again? And you told me fat loss, and I would go, were you hungry every time you ate something here? Like, were you hungry with all of these snacks? And then you'd probably say, well, no. And I would go, do you think that was the best choices? Are those choices going to match up with your goals? Listen, I'm not here to condemn you, and nobody else should condemn you for your choices. But if you truly have goals, accountability and celebrating every single day is going to help you get to where you want to go. And being accountable is asking somebody to look at it or writing it actually down so you physically can see what you're eating and the things that you're doing. Does this make sense? So that's how he wraps it up. He's like, listen, these small steps are important, super important. And if you don't pay attention to them, they can either take you out in a year and you can gain a whole bunch of weight, or you can feel better at the end of the year and you'll see some weight loss. So the power of the little things add up. It's not the big things that add up to the end. It's the hundreds of thousands of millions of little things that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. And you, my friend, if you're watching, you are extraordinary. So we're going to We're going to stay right there. I guess we are not wrapping up chapter 2. This is a long chapter. We'll do some more. I can't tomorrow, but I could if I did it at like 6 a.m. Listen. At any point in time, you can send me a message. You can ask for how to get started. I just did a video yesterday about 7 steps to either get started, get restarted, stay on track. 7 steps of these small little things that you implement every single day to help you reach your goals, right? You can tune in here every single day. You can ask questions below. You can go to ketomomsecrets.com for more help for help on your mindset. There's recipes. I'm going to be packing these babies up today. So I've got some trial packs that are going in the mail. If you've never tried them, post trial in the comments and we'll chat. Otherwise, it is going to be an amazing day. What is the goal after the intermittent fast? So for example, for those of you who are doing the intermittent fasting, and I'm actually going to head over to the customer group and talk about that, but the goal is to continue. And you can use ketones during that time. The goal is to help you realize that you just don't have to be eating all day long. To give you an awareness, like I just said, of tracking your food, is you can go, oh my goodness, I'm snacking a ton or I'm eating really late at night. It's to give you an awareness of, oh, my body doesn't actually need 5,000 calories. I like them. I'm not going to say you don't like them. So I'm going to head over to the customer group for those who asked about what's the plan after today. If you're drinking ketones, if you're my customer, if you want to know more about ketones, post trial in the comments. If you're not in my customer group, post customer group below and I'll put you in there. Yes, you're right. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll head over to the other group. I hope you have a great Friday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.